purposes of this race, Matt Simpson, and can Tom Chilton take a first win of the season for Motorbase? He's got Andrew Jordan lining up with him at the front of the grid, and this time, Tim, there's clear track space ahead of Andrew, so he should lead to turn one.
Well, yes. it's harder to get these cars off the grid when they're heavy as well. The acceleration isn't as good. We've got the situation now, obviously, with weight added to the cars, so poor old Tom Chilton's got 66, Andy Jordan 57, Sam Tordoff 48, etc. And we heard Jack Goff saying how hard it was to drive his car with 48 on it. So you've got to say it's going to be difficult for these guys to hang on at the front. There are a lot of faster cars behind. Turkington on 33, Matt Neal 39, Rob Collard and Jack Goff on 21 and 15 respectively. They're going to be very quick.
What are the teams saying about tyres? Matt Simpson was suggesting to me that the soft tyre had stood up really well. Is that what others are saying?
Yeah, it stands up well when you're on zero ballast.
Yeah.
You add in 75 kilos and the temperature's gone up another 10 degrees as well. It's going to be difficult to manage at the end of the race.
So it's going to be another fascinating race, that is for sure. The championship looking intriguing now as well, because as we saw after race one, Tom Ingram has dropped back now to 5th, and into the mix comes Colin Turkington, because with Jack Goff 3rd and Turkington up to 4th, there's been a real shuffle. Let's look at the grid then for round 11. Tom Chilton goes from pole, Andrew Jordan is alongside him. The second row is Sam Tordoff and Matt Neal. The third, Colin Turkington and James Cole. Then come Jack Goff and Rob Collard. Behind them there's Rob Austin and Brett Smith, ahead of Chris Smiley and Dan Camish 12th. Ollie Jackson and Tom Ingram, after a bit of a last corner rub in race 1, are on the 7th row. Row 8 is Aidan Moffat, and then Josh Cook struggling with the weight earlier in the day. Adam Morgan is next, ahead of Mike Bushell, Tom Oliphant and Ash Sutton to round out the top 20. 21st is Stephen Jelly, ahead of Jake Hill and then Tom Boardman. It's Dan Lloyd 24th after struggling with the weight as a new entry into the championship in race 1. 25th is Bobby Thompson, 26th Rory Butcher. Then comes Senna Proctor with an electrical drama in the opener. Alongside him Michael Caine, then it's Jason Plato and Sam Smelt and Josh Price, who had a fear of overheating engine in race 1 at the back of the grid. So, again, we changed the weight around, now based on the results of race 1. There's nobody, of course, on maximum ballast in this race. Matt Simpson would have carried it, but he sits this one out while the engine is being changed. So, option tyre and 66 kilos for Tom Chilton. Also on the option is Matt Neal this time, James Cole and Jack Goff. But then option tyre and no weight, Dan Camish from 12th, Ollie Jackson, Tom Ingram 13th and 14th. And it's going to be hard to make much progress on this relatively narrow circuit. Also the option tyre for Ash Sutton and Stephen Jelly. Dan Lloyd further back, Rory Butcher, Jason Plato, Sam Smelt and Josh Price. And in terms of the weight, it takes you all the way back to the top 9 on the grid. This time 66 for Chilton, all the way back to 9 kilos for Rob Austin. And the fans, and there are thousands of them, all geared up for race 2. They've enjoyed some great support race action. And now the main game is back on track. And let's just put you on the spot and say pick a winner.
Well, I expect some action in this one, but I'm looking as far back as Colin Turkington, Matt Neal and Jack Goff for a win out of this.
OK, so a split of front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive potential. You've got Rob Collard making his way round to the grid. He will go from 8th this time. Now, 2 years ago, remember, Rob was the ultimate overtaker around here in all 3 races. Having said at the start of the day that it's difficult to overtake, Rob didn't listen to us and he overtook anything he could find. And let's see whether he can do the same again, because it's been a bit of a barren start to the season for Rob. But he has lost none of his racecraft, and his younger son, Jordan, had his first win in the Mini Challenge at Silverstone yesterday. So can it be a really good weekend for the Collards? At the rear of the grid, Senna Proctor, if his electrical issue is fixed, can he make some progress up the order? We shall see. Michael Caine goes through shot, Jason Plato there through the shot. Jason again having a really miserable time. And Jake Hill is at the very back of the grid going through. So Jake, I think, has got away late, and if everybody overtakes you, you have to slot in at the back of the pack. So Jake Hill going to the rear of the grid. If you overtake and get your grid position back, you get a penalty because you're then out of position at the start. So poor old Jake Hill will have to go from the rear of the grid. Aidan Moffat had a frustrating time in the opener. What can he do here? Let's find out. The front row's already locked into place. The rest are still trickling their way out of Druids and down towards Lodge Corner. This one-by-one staggered grid, meaning it takes up quite a bit of Alton Park. Jake Hill will be right at the rear of the grid now, trying to urge the warmth into the tyres of the Volkswagen CC. That car run by Tony Gillam's Team Hard squad under the trade price cars with Risky Racing banner. There is the reigning champion Ash Sutton, and that the front of the grid. The Ford Focus, the new RS in the hands of Tom Chilton, Andrew Jordan's BMW alongside. 66 kilos, plays 57. Race 2 of the day is round 11 of the championship. The green flag means we are good to go racing. All eyes on the lights. They will go red when the lights go out. Let's see who makes the best start here at Alden Park, because round 11 is go. Good start by Jordan. Is he up alongside the Ford as they dive down towards Old Hall Corner for the first time? He is alongside, but can he get ahead as they get to the braking zone? No. Chilton leads. Jordan second. Tordoff is third. Turkington fourth ahead of Matt Neal as they round Old Hall Corner for the first time and dive down towards Cascades. Tom Chilton it is who has made a great start. He leads. Jordan is second, and on the grass he's Dan Camish, who toboggans his way down the hill. We've lost to Vauxhall. Aidan Moffat turns in and gets collected by Camish. The one in the gravel looks like Big Stunner Proctor. Moffat's race is done, and it was an out-of-control Camish on the grass. He may have been put there by somebody else's zealotry, but drama right from the get-go. One of the Wicked Hondas is in real strife. Is that Brett Smith? It is, and somehow they've all missed him so far. Hold your breath. Jelly goes through. Wow, what a start. We've not done a full lap yet, Tim.
Well, I told you things were going to get busy in race 2.
You did mention it.
The other point to mention is that Turkington made a fantastic start. Great start round the outside up into fourth place.
And off the road there goes Rory Butcher, but he's back on ahead of Dan Lloyd. Stephen Jelly's picked up a bit of damage by the look of it. The smoke. Brett Smith, after that big moment, he's now got an enormous laundry bill inside the car. He's still going. And Aidan Moffat limping back to the pit lane with badly broken suspension. His race is done. But of course, having been biffed off the road, he took the shortcut at Foster's to get back into the pit lane as soon as he possibly could. The race leaders are 4 for the lead. Chilton, Jordan, Tordoff, Turkington. 2 Fords, 2 BMWs, 2 front-wheel drive, 2 rear-wheel drive, and Turkington tries to do to Tordoff what Jordan did to Tordoff in the opening race, and he's going to do it, I reckon, as they come over the line. They are side by side for third place. The BMW has got the inside and the place.
Yeah, a much lighter car, perfect exit from Lodge. Here comes Turkington as predicted.
Stephen Jelly limping through Lodge Corner, so quite a few people have picked up dramas on the opening lap of the race. And it's a punctured tyre for Stephen Jelly, so he drags the remains back to the pit road and will be badly delayed and will drop off the lead lap as a consequence. So, catch your breath. Tom Chilton leads Andrew Jordan, leads Colin Turkington. Fourth is Tordoff, fifth Matt Neal, James Cole sixth, seventh is Pollard in the background there, eighth is Jack Goff, ninth is Rob Austin, into the top 10 is Chris Smiley.
This is on board with Moffat, coming round first corner and down towards Cascades. There's all right bodywork flying everywhere. There's Camish on the left coming back onto the track. A total passenger, can't avoid anybody coming the other way. Just the way the corner flows, unfortunately. Camish actually kept going and is still in the race. This is the other one, bunching under braking, and Brett Smith gets turned around, and how lucky was it nobody ran into him as he came back onto the track. I think it was one of the BC Gawling cars, probably right. Chris Smiley.
Yeah, they were together and it looked like an assist, didn't it? So Brett Smith out of the race. Matt Neal dives up the inside of Sam Tordoff. Turkington's about to make his move against Andrew Jordan. Not quite, but Matt Neal has gone fourth. So he's charging up the order as best he can, but Tom Chilton then leads the way. Josh Cook has also come into the pit lane at the end of the opening lap, so he was involved as well on that opener. So Josh Cook's championship hopes having a real dent this weekend. 2 bad races.
Yeah, real shame, and that's the problem. You start off with the weight, you qualify badly because you can't help it. You start further down from race 2 and then get involved in an incident. That's how your race weekend can unravel.
Exactly, and Dan Camish, after all of his dramas, is actually still going in 14th place. There is a drive-through penalty for Tom Boardman. We're not being told why, but a drive-through penalty for Tom Boardman. Ingram having a look at the inside of Smiley. Where's Ingram got to now? 11th. Replay here. This is Tordoff's view. Wait to see Matt Neal. There he goes.
Yeah, sweet as. And the reason Tordoff didn't defend that is because he knows he's got a much faster car behind him, a lighter car, so it's easier to let the car go than to force the issue and end up getting hit.
So there's confirmation of the penalty for Tom Boardman. It may have been an out-of-position start. We'll check as the leaders climb Clay Hill. This is lap 3. Tom Chilton leads the way then. There is Stephen Jelly back into the race. He just stayed on the lead lap, but only just. The BMW then ahead of the Ford. It's looking a bit smoky, particularly bodywork fouling the new tyre. Down towards Lodge they come, and Stephen Jelley gets out of the way, but he's got more proper suspension, I think, now.
Yeah, exactly.
There for second place, sorry, Tim. Up the inside goes Turkington. Is that the job done? Let's see. They come through side by side. Yes, Turkington has done it.
Yeah, great spot. Turkington, opportunist. I think Jordan knew that Turkington was quicker again, a lighter car, so no point in fighting him. Give best to his teammate, and I mean, Chilton has done a good job so far. He's got slight advantage with those soft tyres as Jelley and Boardman come into the pits. Jelley with the puncture, Boardman service drive-through. But of course, Chilton's on those soft tyres, which are great for a few laps, just to give a bit of advantage. But soon Turkington is going to catch him in an instant.
Fastest lap of the race, Tom Ingram. He's in 11th place. Every point helps towards the end of the season. You're riding at the moment with Rob Collard, and you're 7th. James Cole now comes up to challenge teammate Sam Tordoff. Here they come then. This is the battle pack now for the race lead. Chilton is being reeled in by Turkington. The other one to watch is Matt Neal, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. The ones I predicted were Turkington, Neal and Goff. Goff hasn't made quite so much progress. He's in 8th. But, yeah, the two old stagers, the guys that came to the 4 at Thruxton, Turkington and Neal, starting to flex their muscles.
On board with Collard. James Cole is ahead into Druids. Still 7th is Rob. And what further progress can be made? Out of the right-hander now of Druids, they come down towards Lodge Corner. James Cole goes to the outside line. Collard has a sniff on the in, but the door is closed. And Cole, of course, is also looking for a way past Sam Tordoff as they come up over the timing line once again. That'll put 4 laps in the book, and the gap is 0.274 of a second. Now it's game on, isn't it? Chilton is going to have to work hard to keep Turkington at bay. And look, Tordoff's line of cars behind him now includes Jack Goff, and the line's getting longer.
Well, it does. You know, the lighter cars are, in race 2 we start faster cars behind the cars in front. Race 1 we start in order of qualifying. Race 2 with ballasted cars in front, you've got fast ones behind. You're going to get this sort of racing.
Remember what Turkington did coming out of this hairpin in race 1. Wide in, gets the tight line out, but Chilton is wise to that and moves right across. Go the long way, Colin, he says. And Turkington does come up and challenge on the outside line. Can he get the job done before his lots? No, he can't. And so Tom Chilton it is who leads the way. Colin Turkington could barely be closer, but look at 3rd, Andrew Jordan versus Matt Neal. And Matt is a man on a mission.
Yeah, and if Chilton keeps defending like this very aggressively, that second bunch, Jordan and Neal, will catch him very quickly.
They climb the hill, and then in 5th place it's Tordoff with Cole, Collard and Goff tucked up behind him. Austin is 9th, Smiley 10th, Ingram 11th, having done that fastest lap. So can Matt Neal find a way past the heavier BMW? 57 kilos being lugged around by Jordan. Matt Neal with 39. Up the inside for the lead goes Turkington, and he gets the job done into Lodge Corner, and Neal's up alongside Jordan for 3rd. Turkington leads, Neal is 3rd. 2 changes, 1 corner, and Colin Turkington, who's not had a win yet this season, leads the way. Chilton 2nd, Neal up to 3rd. What further progress can Matt make?
Well, he will. Oh, it's very wide goes Chilton. I think Matt Neal will catch Chilton. He's only going to get slower as Chilton on those tyres and with the weight as the race goes on. But Turkington, it was only ever a matter of time. He's on the medium tyre. That will last absolutely fine, and he's on lower weight. With only 33 kilos, so he's home and away now, as long as there are no problems with his West Surrey Racing BMW.
Rob Collard, in the meantime, is still looking for a way past James Cole, who is still looking for a way past Sam Tordoff. So this is 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. Jack Goff on the back of it. And Tordoff is defending nicely, but look behind, because Goff is being caught by Austin, who is taking Smiley, Ingram, Jackson and Morgan with him. The championship leader is in the points in 13th, Dan Camish 14th. And Mike Bushell is in the points as well. He's 15th. Now, Josh Cook pitted early. He's lost a lap, but he's back into the race. He might get a point for the fastest lap if the car is willing, because he's in clear track space. And he's little to salvage out of this race now as we dive into Druids on board with Tom Ingram. Remember, he's got the fastest lap of the race from earlier, but now on the softer tyre, he's a little bit stuck in the traffic, and also on the softer tyre, he needs to think about preserving them.
Yeah, but look, lightweight, he slides down the inside, and Chris Smiley sees him at the last minute, gives him a little bit of room, and Ingram's going to get through on the run down to the first corner. Side by side, Ingram, Smiley still fighting him, but Ingram does get through.
So Tom Ingram then into the top 10. Chris Smiley drops a place. Ingram goes a little bit wide, coming out of the corner. Look at Adam Morgan behind. The championship leader trying to put a move on Ollie Jackson's Audi. They are side by side into Cascades. The line for 5th place as it is now is all getting longer and longer and longer, but has Adam Morgan got past the Audi up into 12th? We'll see in a moment. Neil crawling all over the back of Chilton now. This is for 2nd place. It's a race for Turkington, isn't it, this?
Yeah, this is giving Turkington a great opportunity to get away, and Chilton's defending in exactly the same way. So whether Matt Neil saw that overtake into Lodge and will repeat it with a dive bomb up the inside, he can stop his car better. The Honda's always been very good on the brakes, and being lighter, it should get past the board as long as Chilton doesn't block the inside.
Rob Collard a little bit slow that time coming out of Nick and Brooke, so Jack Goff's about to try and get up alongside him. For 2nd, it's still Chilton and Neil, and there, look, Goff on the inside of Collard. Rob Austin right up behind them. Jack Goff will go through. Rob Austin tries to get past Rob Collard. Door slammed in his face, and wide in the background and off the road has gone. That cloud of dust was Chris Smiley, wasn't it? So Smiley gets back on, but a long way down. Ollie Jackson just got past Tom Ingram on the inside.
Yeah, but what we haven't seen is Matt Neil is side by side, as I predicted with Chilton. Coming out of Lodge, he did dive bomb him, and he's got that position.
So can Matt Neil take a race win out of all of this? The car is a bit heavier than the BMW he's chasing, but Matt is absolutely flying. Chilton is 3rd. Now Jordan comes up to have a go at him. Gap back to 5th, now he's Cole. 6th Tordoff, 7th is Goff, 8th is Collard, 9th is Austin, 10th is Jackson. So we're on lap 8 out of 15. Down to Island Bend they come. Turkington leads by 2.2 seconds. Matt Neil not yet getting away. Chilton runs 3rd. Andrew Jordan is 4th, looking for a wave past the Ford. Of course, he used to be a motor-based driver, but now can Matt Neil shake them off? James Cole going strongly in the background. Look, 5th man from Southport comes over the brow. And Chilton throwing everything at this, trying to find a way past Matt Neil. There is Jack Goff. And where's Adam Morgan? He's on the tail of Tom Ingram now, so 11th and 12th works. That's Dan Lloyd getting it wrong with his lots, but he's ahead of Smiley, his teammate, after Chris went all wayward and drew it on that previous lap.
Yeah, good battle there, and the battle will now be that final podium position between Andy Jordan and Tom Chilton. Only 11 kilos between them in favour of Andy Jordan, but the BMW is light on his tyre.
Driving standards flag for Rob Austin in the background. Down into the Lodge corner comes this long, long queue all the way now from 5th place back. There is Rob Austin, the new for this year, Alfa Romeo Giulietta. And again, as they come over the timing line, this lap, it is James Cole under attack from Tordoff. Jack Goff trying to creep forward as well and keep Collard at bay. This is Rob Collard's view into Old Hall corner. Can he fight back, or can Goff make a move?
Well, he's got a nice little run at Goff, but has to back out. I like that move down the inside into Cascades there, but the drivers are wary of it, and they do half position the car in the middle of the road just to defend that. Off there on an ideal line, they pull to the right, but it's easy to defend. And same here, easy to defend into the head, and as long as you get the car stopped at the apex, just like Goff did there, and then get the acceleration off it.
Up towards Hilltop they come. You're riding still with Rob Collard. He's in 8th place. And there James Cole, having got past Sam Tordoff, trying to get away. And Tordoff, therefore, is having to defend now from, tucked up behind him, Jack Goff, as they sprint their way through the right-hander of Nick and Brooke once again. So we're on lap 9 of 15. Turkington leads by 2.9 seconds over Matt Neil in 2nd place. What else is going to shake out of this race? We've got Tom Oliver's up a spot to 14th, Rory Butcher up into 17th, going better this time around. Jason Plato's up to 20th and 29th on the grid, so at least he's making progress. He may not be ecstatic about it, but it's a little bit better than he might have dared fear. And down now into Lodge comes this long queue, which takes you from Cole 5th to Morgan 12th.
Yeah. And you do feel there's a little bit more action left in this group, don't you, before the end of the race. On board again with Collard, trying to find a way past Jack Goff, but Jack Goff again positioning his car just well. Look at the run that Collard gets mid-corner, gets good exit speed off the corner. Trying to lull Goff into a full sense of security, but Goff turns in just fractionally early, covers that inside. He, of course, is attacking Tordoff as well. Meanwhile, Chilton is still defending valiantly from Andy Jordan.
For 3rd and 4th places. Morgan comes up to have a go at Ingram. Look on the outside as Island Bend. So Ingram who's now slipped to 5th in the championship, desperately needs to score here. Dan Cammish with his slightly battered Honda Civic after his excursion on the opening lap. He is in 13th place and also struggling to make progress. We keep talking about not necessarily the narrowness of the circuit, but the cars have got wider relative to Alton Park. Alton's not shrunk over the years, but they come there now out of Knickerbrook. They climb the hill once more. We're on lap 10 of 15. Turkington's lead is going up, isn't it, from 2.9 to 3.3. He's getting away.
Yeah, he is cruising. And, he's got this one in the bag, fingers crossed, for BMW.
Look in the background, Jack Goff now coming up to have a go at Tordoff. Tordoff's falling away from James Cole. And is Jack Goff near enough to attack? Yes, not there, because he's also mindful that Collard is behind him. But it's only a matter of time, I think, before you get the Eurotech run Honda up alongside it. It could be now. The run out of Deer League down towards Old Hall Corner. No, again, Tordoff defends. Collard makes a move on the inside of Goff. He's going to go back through, is he? Yes, he is. Jack Goff gets forced out wide and Rob Collard dive bombs him up into 7th place again.
That was a great move by Rob Collard, and Rob Austin has got through as well as Goff recovered on the grass. But that was a great move from Collard, typical Collard move.
And also, spare a cheer for Ollie Jackson, because the Audi S3 isn't necessarily always a front runner, but Ollie is there in 10th place and running really well at the moment. There he is, going through the hairpin. He's keeping Ingram at bay. Collard now comes up to flex his muscles against Sam Tordoff. So, well, got past the Honda. I'll have a go at the Ford now. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, I thought he might be about to dive bomb. Here we go. Goff is looking at the back of Tordoff's car. Doesn't see the move from Collard, which is decisive. He places the car alongside, stops it, and well, the deal is done. Excellent move.
So we do talk about Rob Collard as the great overtaker. There's more evidence as to why. But here, Colin Turkington, double champion. He is now 3.6 seconds clear of Matt Neal. 3rd, stretching the margin slightly, is Tom Chilton. It's Jordan 4th. And Tordoff off the road, and he's got a problem by the look of it because he's slowed down coming out of Druids.
Yeah, is that a puncture or a fire on the left front? Another motor-based problem when in a good position. How unlucky are they?
So everyone streams past. Tordoff is a retirement, and this is going to put him at the back of the
There's a fire in there. They need to get that out very quickly. They'll be on the radio. They'll have seen this on the television. They'll have told him to stop at the nearest marshal's post as quick as possible. He's got the message now. He's looking for the marshal's post. That marshal doesn't know it's on fire. Now he does.
So this race is over for Tordoff, and he'll start race 3 at the back of the grid. So it's a double whammy.
Yeah, exactly.
As he jumps.
And race 3 would have been his best chance with reverse grid. But they need to get the fire out as quickly as possible to stop any damage on the car, give the Motorbase boys the best chance to repair it for race 3.
So now there's the extinguishant smoke and everything else to cope with for the drivers coming out of Lodge. Tordoff, with barely a backward glance, walks away. It is not being a happy season for him, I'm afraid. And so Sam Tordoff is out. That promotes people one further place up the order, those that were behind him. So, for example, you've now got Collard 6th, Austin 7th, Goff 8th, 9th, Jackson 10th, Ingram. And Turkington is leading by over 4 seconds as a very disappointed and understandably disappointed Sam Tordoff walks away with yet another retirement. So through the extinguishant, there's your race leader. Colin Turkington completes lap 12. He's got 3 to go, and this is the sort of drive we've been waiting to see all season. He's had some mechanical misfortune as well, but this is what we kind of expected pre-season from Colin.
Yeah, very much so, and this is going to push him further up. Already in the championship, he's been creeping back up with his Thruxton results, and the first race here, he's 4th in the championship, and you know, he's going to increase that the points in this race now.
So Turkington leading at the start of this lap by 4.8 seconds from Matt Neal. Matt did a great job of getting into 2nd place, but there he has peaked. The car is, of course, heavier than the BMW. 3rd, Chilton, 4th, Jordan. Gap, there is James Cole 5th, ahead of Collard, ahead of Austin. And then you've got for now 8th place, Goff, Jackson, Ingram, Morgan, and Dan Cammish, Tom Oliver, Rory Butcher and Mark Bushell all the way down to 15th in the points.
Yeah, and for all this talk about the young guns coming, we've got 3 former champions, haven't we, in the top 4?
That's right. So Andrew Jordan is the 4th place car behind Chilton, behind Neal, Turkington the race leader.
Chilton has driven very well with that weight on. He's driven very well indeed. You know, he's on the soft tyre with 66 kilos on. That definitely means that he's going to struggle with tyres and brakes at the end of the race, but he's held together really well.
Down towards Lodge comes Matt Neal. That yellow flag, of course, is because of Sam Torloff's car parked up the road. Driving standards flag for Tom Chilton. So track limits always very carefully policed at Oulton Park. And Tom Chilton being warned about that as he comes over the line. We've got 2 laps to run. 5 seconds is the Turkington advantage. Of course, Matt Neal's on the soft tyre anyway, so he's having to look after them.
Yeah, very much so. Looking after Matt Neal with, he'll be very happy with this, though. Obviously, it's great points for him. And, well, we'll see what the reverse grid gives us. Remember, the reverse grid now down to 12th place for the grid. And who's in 12th place? Dan Cammish.
So race 3 is going to be interesting for sure. We'll find out who gets pole in a little while when the reverse grid draw takes place. James Cole having a good run, 5th. And Rob Collard is still crawling all over the back of him, desperately trying to find a way past. Over the brow they come with 1 more lap to run at the end of this. So Neal, Chilton, Goff, the best 3 on the softer tyre. And down towards his box comes Collard once more, but James Cole showing very good pace here. Home circuit, keeping the Hatchman behind him. Racing with Colin Turkington, soon to start the last lap of the race, this 11th round of the championship, which has had plenty of drama. What else will we have in a lap and a bit? You get the feeling Rob Collard is certainly not settling for 6th place.
No, definitely not. He'll be looking for one of his dive bomb manoeuvres. Is he close enough on the run down to Lodge? I don't think there is still a yellow flag there, I think. So that, yes, look, there's the yellow flag. So he can't overtake there. And that's a shame because that's one of the best overtaking places gone.
It's all to do with Sam Torloff's car on the exit of Lodge up towards Dearly. Leaders through, 5.4 seconds between them. Turkington to Neal. In 3rd place, it is Chilton there in the background with Andrew Jordan still shadowing him, half a second back. But Andrew from the front of the grid on the prime tyre. Is 4th going to be a big frustration, or will he take that?
No, I think he'll take it, but I think, you know, he'll be disappointed. He was disappointed with the first race. They didn't make a bit more progress, and perhaps also this one. But he's driven sensibly and picks up great points, and he won't be too heavy going into the final race with his first grid.
This is true. So he will come now over Hilltop. We're on the last lap of the race then. Matt Neal, another strong showing in the new for 2018 Honda Civic. Tom Chilton and James Cole on target for 3rd and 5th for Motorbase. Might be 3rd and 6th though yet, because Rob Collard has certainly not given up. Rob Austin going nicely in the Alfa Romeo. It top 3 practice 1 yesterday, and it's good to see the pace there again. But excellent drive by Colin Turkington.
Yeah, absolutely typical Colin. Made a great start, made a couple of places, and then just picked his moment. And with absolute precision driving, not a mark on his car, he sweeps past into the lead.
And so it is going to be career win 46 for Colin Turkington. The last win at Brands last year, that amazing drive through the field. Colin Turkington wins at Oulton Park in round 11 of the British Touring Car Championship. 2nd over the line, Matt Neal. 3rd, another podium for Tom Chilton. It's a good day for Tom so far. Andrew Jordan is 4th. And then wait for 5th, it is just James Cole ahead of Rob Collard. Rob Austin takes 7th. Now what about 8th? He's going to change on the line, possibly. Look at this. 8th goes to Goff, 9th Jackson, 10th Ingram, 11th Morgan, 12th Cammish, Oliphant 13th, 14th is Butcher, 15th is Mike Bushell, 16th is Senna Proctor from Dan Lloyd, Chris Smiley, Brett Smith, 20th Jason Plato, Jake Hill 21st up from the back of the grid, Michael Kane 22nd, and then Ash Sutton coming home in 23rd. Louise Turkington is delighted, so too is team boss, team owner Dick Bennett, and that is a result that they've been waiting for pretty much all season.
Yeah, it's a great result. Really, really good for them. I'm going to be interested to see what the points are. Clearly the cold bath they had between races worked, didn't it, for Colin?
Let's go and jump in one ourselves next. So it is a win for Colin Turkington then, and Tom Boardman, a quick word about in 25th place. He was the winner of Dunlop's Forever Forward award in that first race for places gained. We'll keep you posted of that over the course of the day, because this Dunlop initiative rewards the overtakers. Rob Collard certainly did a fair amount of it in that race, but we'll wait and do the computations and see who gained most places. And we're very happy. Louise Turkington celebrates a win for Colin. Mike Ewan from WSR is there as well to join in the celebrations. And the results of round 11 confirm the win for Colin Turkington. Matt Neal 2nd. 3rd for Tom Chilton, the best of the independents, ahead of Andrew Jordan, James Cole, and 6th Rob Collard. Rob Austin 7th from Jack Goff, Ollie Jackson, and Tom Ingram rounds out the top 10. 11th for Adam Morgan, then Dan Cammish and Tom Oliphant. 14th, Rory Butcher ahead of Mike Bushell, with Senna Proctor 16th, Dan Lloyd 17th ahead of Chris Smiley, his teammate. Then Brett Smith after his dramas on lap 1, and Jason Plato into the top 20. 21st, Jake Hill from the back of the grid, Michael Caine next from Ash Sutton and Josh Price. Tom Boardman 25th ahead of the bobster, Bobby Thompson. Then Josh Cook. Sam Spelt had a couple of pit stops on his way to 28th, but a retirement for Sam Tordoff, lots of damage for Stephen Jelly, and we lost Aidan Moffat as well on the opening lap with damage after the contact with Dan Camish, and of course Matt Simpson, sadly, a non-starter. So what does that do for the championship? Colin Turkington it is who takes the championship lead. Adam Morgan is second. Jack Goff up to third. Matt Neal fourth. Then it's Josh Cook. Tom Ingram falls to sixth now. Tom Chilton is seventh. Eighth, Andrew Jordan. Ninth is Dan Camish. And Senna Proctor rounds out the top 10. It is being a very topsy-turvy day at Alton Park, but as is often the case here, it has a real impact on how the championship looks as we head to Croft and then into the summer break. So in the technical area, we will have the cars going through the scrutineering checks, and then Colin Turkington's BMW will be released to the team for the celebrations to begin. If the scrutineers are happy, then the car can be driven away, and Colin will go to a board he has stopped at 45 times in the past. For win number 46, it's the P1 board for Colin Turkington, and for Team BMW,